Hey there. We are in sunny Sacramento, Landpark, the classic NorCal uh, weekend with Bariani Road Race. Saturday's the Criterium in Landpark, and then the next day is the Bariani Road Race. Um, Sunny skies, beautiful day, mid 70s. Feels good to race in the sun. We've just been plagued by fog and rain all year, so it's nice to race in a nice warm day. Uh, I think we're going into 5 laps to go, if I remember right. There's a two-man break up the road at the moment, which has Jesse Moore from the XL team, um, and also Steve Rainey from Cyclesport, um, which of course are the two biggest teams in the course right now. So they were both just completely controlling the front. Any dangerous chase attempts to try to get up to the break were pretty much squashed immediately uh, by the both of those teams. Creative Blue and Thirsty Bear were the only teams that had, the horsepower to maybe bring it back. But I don't know, Cycle Sport, Cortex wasn't there. They were in the road race, but they weren't in the crit. So there was a bunch of 60 plus riders in with us. They combined us. So the 60 plus riders were not doing any work at all. They were just pretty much getting in the front and just getting in the way, which did not help anybody to bring back the break because the two guys in the break were 50 plus. So the 60 plus guys really had no motivation at all to chase. Uh, and that I don't blame them. I wouldn't either. Um, they had some pretty strong 60 plus riders in the field. They had Jeff Qualley from Velo Kings, Jerome Nadel from Thirsty Bear, of course Larry Nolan from Creative Blue in his Stars and Stripes. He's a national champion, and yeah, there was the pace was pretty decent though considering the break was off. I actually thought it'd be a lot slower because of everybody clogging it up, but everybody just rode hard, steady tempo. That's Oli on the front right there from Cycle Sport. He just rode hard, steady tempo. What that does is just discourages people from attacking. And here we're coming up to the hairpins. So we have a quick left hairpin here, which immediately shifts over to a right hairpin to the right, and and then another quick right, but it's 90 degrees. It's not really a hairpin, so you could flow right through that. And this is usually when the pace really picks up. For me, this was always the hardest part of the course because you come out of the hairpins and you got to accelerate, and it's just a gentle um, grade right here. It's like a false flat, and and then it comes into a pinch point up ahead here, which is the key part of the race. So this section you'll see everybody starts to swarm right now as you get up toward the corner because everybody wants to be in a good spot going to this pinch point here. So it's a quick right left chicane, and then you come out, and then it's just a straightaway drag race to the finish line. So on Bell Lap, you definitely want to be the top five through here. Um, I love being on this guy's wheel. This is Chris Espy from XL. He's just a big unit. He's just a good wheel to be on. Makes a good draft. He and Oli both. Oli's like, I think they're both like 6'6". They're huge, huge on the bike, but they make a really good. They punch a good hole in the wind. Um, so now we got a couple laps to go. I believe next lap, Dean LaBerge thinks it was Bell Lap, so he sprints. There was a snafu with the lap cards, I think. I didn't see it because I was just counting down in my head when I saw six to go. I was just counting down in my head. Um, there's Oli. He's just going to ride hard, steady tempo. And Yeah, and there's Hayden. That's Hayden McKay. That's his other teammate. These guys just patrolled and just kept things in order. It was just really nice and made it easy to kind of hold my position and stay in the front because I was just kept following these guys. He's just going to ride just hard enough to keep people from attacking. The only problem with having a combined field with the 60 plus is the 60 plus guys are, well, they want to race too, so they're going to be fighting to be at the front, and it ends up causing a huge crash going into Bell Lap, uh, just from people making stupid mistakes, trying to fit in spaces where they shouldn't be. Um, and Dave Casel actually crashed and broke his femur and his hip or his pelvis. He broke his pelvis and his femur, so his season's pretty much over. Because that's a long recovery time from that. I'm getting shuffled to the back here a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it. I think we're going into 2 laps to go here. See how this is such a pinch point and everybody just wants to be in position here. But now we're on to the finishing straight. I'm not sure how long it is from the corner. I want to say it's like maybe 250 meters. So now we're going into 2 laps to go. Uh, Dean LeBurge thinks it's Bell Lap. He's sprinted a lap early. I because of this the lap card snafu. Kind of gave him some shit about it the next day in the road race because uh, we did 3 laps of the road race, and so I was yelling at him. I said, "Hey, make sure you don't sprint on the next lap, Dean, when it was 2 to go, when it was 1 to go." But I did it too in the 2015 state championship. I sprinted a lap early, and so I know exactly what it's like. And that one was definitely my fault. I wasn't looking at the lap cards. I was just going by the feel of the race. And Mike Spikes was doing this fast lead out, and I thought they were doing a lead out for Bell Lap, but they were just riding. They were doing a 2 lap lead out. See, everybody just like sprints to get in position for this hairpin. And I was always able to move up right up the right hand gutter here. See, I think I just heard the crash behind. It was either this lap or the next lap, but it was a bad crash, and there was a bunch of people. 2 people went to the hospital. So there's Dean right there to my left. He's the in creative blue. He's setting himself up for the sprint here. But we're sprinting for third because Steve Rainey and Jesse Moore, they're gone. They have like a 45-second lead on us at this point. So I know that there's 1 lap to go, but I think Dean thinks it's Bell Lap, so that's why he's like jockeying for position. Then you'll see him just sprint off into the sunset here after we get through this turn. But really, in reality, it's going into Bell Lap. So I'm a little far back, but I know how it's very easy to move up on the backside, and that was my plan. So I'm on Danny Rondon's wheel here, and he's on Velo Kings with Mark Tucker's team. And so I'm just going to float up towards the front. I can kind of see that Cycle Sport is probably going to do a lead out either for Sean Smith or for Hayden. Wasn't sure which one. So, yeah, there's Dean up the front there. We're going to pass him on the left, and you can see that he's like, oops, okay, I'm done. I think I yelled oops to him. There's Hayden. I'm on Chris Ott's wheel right now. I want to get a little bit, I don't want to be too far back as we go through the hairpin, so I'm going to shuffle up, just going hard enough so that nobody's really swarming us. Because you can see as we're coming up, you'll see the big crash on the left. There's people on the ground, so they kind of keep us to the right. And I get right up behind Mike Charlton. There goes Hayden. Ole's in front of Hayden. And I think, yeah, they're waving. The flags are waving us, letting us know that there's people on the ground there. Um, all right, so I made it to the hairpin, and I'm on fourth wheel. I know that Ole's going to drill it. So I'm in a perfect spot right here. We're only sprinting for third, so it's not like it's for the win. But still, I mean, it's still a podium spot, and it's fun to sprint. So I don't want to go this early. If I'm going to sprint, I want to sprint after the pinch point turn. So Ole Ole punches it here, and then Hayden goes really early. I thought Hayden was going to be the sprinter because Hayden's got a really good sprint, but Mike Charlton is on his wheel, and Hayden rips through this turn so fast. I actually get gapped a little bit, and so I come out, and then I have a little bit of a run up on him here. And so I look back and there's just a little bit of a gap. So I kind of roll up on these guys and then I go straight through because finish line's like 100 meters up the road. So I look back and I have a little bit of a gap. So I was able to kind of ease up just a little bit and come across the line for third. Anyways, thanks for watching and road race to come.